Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video, and today we're going to be doing another WWE 2K22 related video. Before we get into that, I do want to say rest in peace to Scott Hall. It's one of my favorite wrestlers growing up. This is my little tribute, as you can see the click inside of the ring right now. But yeah, man, rest in peace to Scott Hall. Definitely one of the greatest wrestlers, man. One of the best Intercontinental title holders of all time, in my opinion. But let's get into talking about WWE 2K22. So I did end up getting the game, but lucky for me, I had some gift cards and I only had to spend $10 and 47 cents of my money out of my pocket. So I said I was only going to get 2K if I was going to be able to get it on sale, and I got a hell of a deal just because of the gift cards that I had acquired. I actually got Gran Turismo with that too. Like when I got Gran Turismo, that was also a part of the amount of money that I had in my wallet from gift cards. So I had $64 left, and I said, you know what? If I don't like this game, I only spent $10 of it. So it is what it is. So let's get into my first impressions of WWE 2K22. And I'll tell you off the bat, I'm enjoying the game. There's a but, but I am enjoying the game. Here's the bad. The bad is there's still not enough in this game, in my opinion, to really keep you playing for the long haul. See, this is the thing. I'll explain. Hopefully I can articulate this well enough. There's still not a lot in universe mode. It's still the same. GM I've never been a fan of. I bring up GM because I know a lot of fans wanted it, and when they brought it back in the game this year, it's very lackluster. I still feel that you can combine GM mode and universe mode. It doesn't have to be two separate game modes. I just think that all you have to do is add in all of the elements of GM, just mix it in with universe mode. But that's another topic for another day. I don't play GM mode, so I'm not really going to talk about it here. I don't do my rise. I never do I start to do the creative player modes in these games, but then I get bored very easily with it, so it's just not my thing. Universe mode has always been my thing. So yeah, man, when it comes to WWE 2K22, don't get it twisted. Anything good that I'm saying about this game, it's not that I'm turning over a new leaf. It's not that, I'm flip-flopping on my opinion of everything that I said. No, everything that I said, everything me and ODC talked about in our video still holds true. WWE 2K still needs a lot more love and attention when it comes to control and options for the gamer. There needs to be a lot more things added into this game for the wrestling fan. That's what they really truly need to make this game for. Now, with that being said, there are elements in this game where if they just add on to this, and they truly add on to this, we could finally, after 8 years or so, get a good 2K, a really great 2K game. But I am having fun with this game. Now let me start, because there's two modes that I'm playing right now. I just finished the Rey Mysterio Showcase. I thought the Rey Mysterio Showcase was extremely fun. Part of that fun has to do with the new controls, but I love this Showcase mode. I feel like this Showcase was as good as the Stone Cold one. I still like the Stone Cold one better. You had a lot more matches to do, and there was a lot more matches that you unlocked as you were going along. But I think the Stone Cold Showcase and the Rey Mysterio Showcase have been the best so far. I had a ball playing the Rey Mysterio Showcase mode. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Superstar mode is a mode that I trashed, but I actually ended up liking, and I will explain why. I think, and by the way, let me just explain from point A to point B. I'm not doing universe mode in this year's game. Why? Because I like what I said earlier and what I've said in other videos. Universe mode, there still needs to be way more added. I want way more control in these games. They just need to add a lot more TLC to to the universe mode. So because universe is pretty much the same, and they took away promos, which is bad. And because it's like if you don't want your guy or whoever on every week, but you to wrestle every week, but you want them involved in the show, that was an element to at least involve guys or girls into the show if you didn't want them wrestling every week. So yeah, I'm not doing universe mode. So I decided to do superstar mode. Superstar mode is actually pretty cool. The first couple weeks, they just kind of throw you into random matches. But after your fourth week, you start to get to choose what you want your superstar to get into. Start a rivalry. You get to choose who you want to start the rivalry with. You get to choose that you want to demand a title shot. You get to put yourself in the Royal Rumble. You get to demand a WrestleMania match. Start a tag team. Break up with that tag team partner. So you get a array of different options, which is really cool. And a lot of these options, yes, they're in universe mode. But the thing that I like about superstar mode is that it has that element of choice. It has that element of, yes, eventually you're going to see the same things because they only have so many options. But the fact that I get to choose what I want my superstar to do, that's a part of what we want in universe mode. That option to, it still doesn't go all the way, but it's at least there. And I'd rather play superstar mode and just always pick like a different wrestler, whether it's a female or male. Right now I'm doing I'm doing two superstar modes right now. I'm doing the one with Seth Rollins for Raw, and I'm doing one with Roman Reigns for SmackDown. Eventually I will switch out who I'm going to be for both. Or I might just start a third one and go from there, because you can do I think you could save up to 3 of them. But I'm going to get into what makes WWE 2K22 a good wrestling game. The gameplay is awesome. When they say 2K hits different, they're right in the aspect of controls, and they're right in the aspect of overall gameplay. The animations that they've cleaned up look beautiful. I play matches and I'll test things out, like whipping somebody to the barricade, whipping somebody into ring steps. And before they used to do an animation, it's still there. They used to do the animation where when you whip a guy and there's nothing that he's going to run into, he just kind of falls. Well, now, if you're close enough to the barricade and he has a little bit of ways to go, the wrestler will actually fall into the barricade and be leaning over it with one arm. It's just a bunch of different stuff like that. Like whipping your guy into the barricade doesn't just do that same animation of where he's standing upright. If you throw him hard enough, he or she will hit the barricade in a different way. They might flip up on the barricade a little bit. They might they kind of go back first, and they're like, you're kind of throwing them towards the ground and they hit their back on the barricade. They just have all these different new animations when you're like, say if you're on the top rope and a guy is running at you and you press the button to, jump off to hit him, but you miss. The guy will continue to run and he will hit the top turnbuckle, like his underarm area will hit the turnbuckle, and he will hold, that part under his arm like he's in pain. It's really cool. Like they added a lot of things that just, they're starting to kind of add those little fine details that like NBA 2K would do. Which is nice. So the animations are really clean. The gameplay is so much faster. Now, me personally, they didn't need to change the controls, but I do like the controls in 2K22. I really like the controls. They didn't need to do anything with the controls at all. My biggest problem with 2K in terms of gameplay has always been how slow the game is. The wrestlers moving a little bit robotic. The stamina meter killed it for me. I hated the stamina meter because it made your wrestler get tired too quick. I feel like the only games that should really have a stamina bar and it's a fighting game is UFC and boxing. Wrestling, because of what we've grown up with, people my age have grown up with like No Mercy and WrestleMania 2000. and then playing the SmackDown versus Raw series, you typically don't want a wrestling game to slow you down. You kind of want it to always be pretty fast paced. And that's what this game is. WWE 2K22 feels a lot like the SmackDown versus Raw games, not necessarily in the controls, but just the overall feel and fluidity of the gameplay. The gameplay is super fast. And it's nice that they're finally having that balance of, yes, it's a simulation game, but it also has that arcade-like element to it, and that is what makes WWE 2K22 a good game. So if you do want to get this game, I wouldn't say it's worth $70. It's not worth $70. But if you want to take that chance and you've been either slightly enjoying or playing all of the 2Ks up until now, I think you'll really have fun with 2K22 just in terms of gameplay alone. Because just doing a match this time around feels so good. Like, so good, man. It's awesome. And that's what won me over. It's not really any of the game modes, even though Superstar Mode and Showcase are pretty good. It's overall, it's what the gameplay brings. This feels the best that I've ever, playing a 2K game. Just the speed of the game. I don't feel like my guys are moving sluggish around the ring. They're not they got rid of that stamina meter, which is great in my opinion. But yeah, man, overall 2K22 gameplay wise, it's a good game. It's just still lacking a lot. So right now, I am having fun with the game, and it's a good game. It's not great, but it is the best 2K game. I would kind of say that it's probably the best 2K game, just because of the gameplay alone. By the way, the new controls, not hard at all. I learned them super, super fast. But anyways, I'll probably talk more about this game later on. We'll see how the longevity is with this game. If the gameplay alone can keep me playing for a long period of time. That's why I'm so glad that I also got Gran Turismo. But yeah, man, thank you guys for tuning in as always. This is Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.